Ento. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Anyways, right. Let's just try this. Okay, let's just try this out for size. This would be my. I think it would be my fourth or something live stream, and everything is like kind of wacky. I try to make a good try to make a good first impression, but it all seems to be just like half and half. I don't know. Um, Last time the audio didn't work. I hope that works now. I had two audio drivers running at a single time, and they were facing each other out, canceling each other out. Just a moment. Okay, so so there's always something. So in this video, I'm going to explore the Transit 2 from Baby Audio. It's a completely new iteration of the Baby Audio Transit. I have used it a lot of times in videos and even more times in my own productions, and it's great for transitional effects. But what is new in this plugin is that there are a lot more choice, there are more presets, and there are some new functions that might be good. But let's dig in. So let's just switch over here. Wow, that was smooth. So what you see here is a beat that I've just made. I have uploaded the audio tracks for beats that I made in Logic. And this is the mixing session, and I got 6 free mixing templates that you can download immediately if you wanna. This is one of them. Subphotic.com/logic if you want to have some templates that you can just use as ever you please. And let's see, is this light bugging? Yeah, a bit. Sweet. Okay. Let's just put that one there. I think that light would be more suitable right there. So, okay. Oh, of all the things in the world, you know. So, anyways, so this is the mixing template. It contains a lot of tracks, and I'll just delete them. Delete all the tracks that I don't need. Let's see. I just have a drum loop going on. It's a drum break, and I'll just get rid of everything, and then I'll just select everything and color region by tracks, and then I have a more suitable setup. I'll delete whatever I don't need, and this is just a sketch. It's an 8-bar loop. Sounds like this. just do a quick mix so that it's easier to listen to later. Okay, I think that's more or less suitable, an easier listening experience. Of course, the drum needs a bit more compression and maybe some clipping, and the other instruments needs to be, might be a bit more separated and what have you. And of course, some bus compression with some limiting and such. But that's not the point right now. The point is to arrange this beat, because the transition, the transit, I got it right here. Let's see. Here we go. Here's the transit. It's in trial mode now. I got the Baby Audio Transit 1. Let's just look that up as well, so you can just see the difference. So let's see. Oh, I need to log into Splice. I got it on Splice. Got it through Splice. Splice.com. Okay, let's see. Try again. Here we go. Here's transit number 1. Looks like this. And then we have transit number 2. Let's just pull that up. Here we go. Okay. I love when plugins can be resized like that. So here we have number 1. Here we have number 2. So in number 1, we have a transit control, which is the main knob in the plugin. And what this does is that it controls the amount of whatever is going on here. There are effects here. There are 7 slots that you can insert different effects. So here, this is transit number 1. Here you have you have a lot of different types of effects like reverb, stereo spread, some pumping, pitch shifting, oscillator, noise generator, flanger, filter, etc. And you have this transition control, and there's some control for the transition as well. You can have it. Oh yeah, so this is another type of. This is more like an automated transition control. So this one is to be automated, and this other one is sort of like, it reminds me of an LFO. You can sync it, and you can loop it, of course. So you can sync it to bars, how many bars you want it to do, sort of. And then you have transit number 2, and this one has, let me just see now, on the macro here, you have a macro which you can turn, but you have more options here. You have an LFO, right? You have something called the follower. You have something called sidechain, which you don't have in the first iteration. In the second iteration, you have a sidechain input right here. Really practical, so you can sidechain stuff using this one. And then you have a gate where you can select how fast the gate is opening and closing. And then you have a sequencer. So it's sort of like a really simplified step sequencer. And that goes for everything in the Transit plugin. Everything is really stripped down and simple. All the effects have few controls, as you can see here. For example, distortion, flanger. That goes for the first iteration as well. But so this is the first main difference from number one, is that it has more modes in order to create that movement, that transitional movement. I've messed around a bit with it, but this is sort of my first impression. I have just taken a brief look at it yesterday, but this is sort of like I think this is the biggest difference from number one. It's that you have all these modes, and of course the sidechain input, and the second big difference between number one and number two is what I showed you before, the instances right here. You have a lot of instances. In the second iteration, you have a lot more. I think there's 28 in total of instances. You have an auto panner now. You have some. You have two different reverbs. You have a retro reverb and a reverb. The retro is more of a colored type of reverb. The speaker, I think, is new. If I'm not. Yes, I'm correct. Yeah, speaker is new. So there are some new instances, and to be really honest, I don't use this plugin in that way. I haven't made my own custom presets in this plugin before. I've always looked at this sort of like a synthesizer with a lot of presets, and that's one of the biggest. I think that's the third biggest difference between the first and the second iteration. So the first iteration has a lot of presets. Like you can look here. Wow, there's a lot of presets from different guys who have contributed it with some presets. But on number two, here you have. I'll just go quick. I'll go quickly down. Oh, yeah, you can quick browse here. So here's the version 1 presets. These are all the presets that follows with the first iteration, right? Let's just check that, as you can see. Yeah. So these are all the presets that came with the first Transit. But here you have all the new presets, and it's a ton. It's a ton of presets. You have glitch effects. You have multi effects. You have motion effects. And then you have transition effects. And that's what I use it mostly for. But there's a ton of them. Now let's just listen to a transition effect. And I'll just click here. And then I have this one, a fold before it starts. So this is sort of like an intro effect. Now I'll just close it for now, and I'll hit Command A, Command R to duplicate across the timeline, just to make it a complete beat. Well, that was a bit long. I think 2 minutes. I guess this is 2 minutes. It's 90 BPM, and we have 2 minutes and 8 seconds. That was sort of spot on. Okay, and let's just try. I'll just delete. I liked what we had going here. This is more for the verse, I guess. So let's strip it down a bit. We'll keep the drums. We'll take away the bass, at least for the first 4 bars, I guess. And let's just mute the main loop for now. We'll need it, but we'll mute it for now. But let's try with the stabs, or the Vox loop, as I call it, Vox loop. Now let's see what this baby can do. And it will of course quit on me every minute or so because it's a trial version, but bear with me. Let's just try this a fold before it starts. And I'll automate it like I usually do. So let's just do that. Read, touch, and then play it back and tweak. Okay. Let's see. No. Let's see, like that, and let's see what happens. In fact, I'll make it just a 2-bar thing, like that. And a nice delay tail right there. Beautiful. Let's just take that here for size. So we'll do actually what we're gonna do. Now, I like that it stopped there. I'll stop it with the snare, I think. Let's see. Oops, I'll have to turn that down, of course. I don't want the main loop to be affected by that. Take it to the other. Let's see. Oh, we'll have to wait. It's transit that is resetting. Now I think it's good to go. Oh. Couple of seconds. Are you back? Back in 5. Come on, man. Stuck. Typical. Let's see, I'll have to restart Logic. I'm sorry about that. Happens every time. This is my 5th live stream, and I think I'm doing pretty good. Let's see if it works now. Okay, here we go. Now let's try a couple of other presets. Again. Okay. Let's try another transitional meta filter. Here we go. I'll take it a bit back because I heard it start before it should. Now let's try another one. I think they sound good altogether. Why not? Why not? Here you have the oscillator, and then you have a real, like, this is sort of like an EDM type of, I think people would have thought, but why not on Boom Bap Beats? Let's see. Sort of like a glitch effect. Okay, now let's try another category of presets, the motions, a different reality. And I don't know if I should have it increased, like rising like this, but we can try. Ah, definitely. So you have that effect on the MPC, for example, and on groove boxes, and this is like a DJ effect. Let's see what they have going on there. Digital chorus, phaser, OTT, and a loop. So the loop is what is causing this this stutter effect, sort of. You can always tweak that one. Let's just loop it, loop the loop, and let's see. And you hear the drum loop in the background there because it's not 100% with the macro. Oh, back and forth. Come on, trial version. He didn't behave like that yesterday. Now he's all... He doesn't like it being trial version. It's just because I haven't figured out yet whether or not I'm going to purchase this. And the price will be in the description. Also, the price for the upgrade will also be linked in the description. I don't know right now as I'm sitting here, but I'll link it in the description later. Okay, I'll have to quit it again. Shoot. This was unintended, as we say in Norway. So while I'm waiting for Logic to start up, I'll just throw in a little nugget of reality here in Norway. We have -3 degrees temperature. It's snowing really much. It's a blizzard out there. I was outside and I had to clean up or get rid of all the snow in front of my porch, and it was a mess. And I'm cold, I'm wet, and I'm looking forward to becoming dry at some point in time. And tomorrow it will be even more snow on the ground, so I will have to get up early in order to have my car out of the garage. Let's see here. So let me know in the comments how sorry you feel for me and my fellow Norwegians who are suffering from all this snow. Let's see. So the motion effect seems to be sort of like something that you can just have a spice in between, like in the end of a 4-bar loop or something, just to create some interest. Let's see. Let's look at airplanes. What is that? Wow, nice. And then we have altering stereo. Wow. I don't think I've ever found one preset that doesn't sound nice on drums. It's almost like cheating. It's the effects sound so good on drums. Let's move on. Multi effects. See, Ace chirp. Still with the macro, with the standard macro. Let's see. Here we have something else with the follower. It sort of like messes a bit with the bounce. Let's see. Changes the groove a bit. Someone is beatboxing in the background. Look at. Nah, man. Come on. Again. I'll have to quit and I have to restart. They really want me to buy this plugin. Are you going to buy this plugin? Let me know in the comments below. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. section over there was without B-roll. I'm so sorry. I forgot to switch back. All right. Anyways, Ant's motion. Go. He's beatboxing in the background. Yeah. And then we have this one is more served with the like that. Imagine using this, like having it right here, for example, like this, like in the last 2 bars or something. I mean, let's the last half of a bar, for example, like this. Well, what happened there? Let's see. Was a bit of a latency on it, like that. I was grooving now. Okay, anyways. Okay. Nice. So just to summarize a bit, of course, this what I was thinking actually when I first saw this plugin with all these different separate units, I thought to myself, is it possible to mix this complete beat using only the transit? Because here we have a compressor like that. We have, let's see, let's pull it up. We have, let's see. We have an EQ. Whoop. Oh, the EQ is already there. Here we have an EQ. So you can actually, it's a simple 3-band EQ. You can just you can use it as a regular EQ, I guess. And then you have the separate gain. You have even a mix knob. You have the compressor. You can even do sidechain compression with this thing. You have a filter, and you can choose whether or not this is a high pass filter, a low pass filter, and you can select the cutoff and the resonance, the Q. So everything is like, what are we missing here? To mix a complete song, actually, we are missing a limiter, sort of. But you could also use, if you're creative, you could, for example, use the bit crusher, for example, as a sort of like a limiter. It will limit, and you have stereo spread, of course. You have an OTT, which is also really practical for like an upwards compressor for mixing situations. So you can actually mix this beat using only this plugin. That will be a nice challenge. And I think I'm going to make a video where I mix this beat using only this plugin. I think you would like it. I hope. Because it's a fun challenge. Because this is sort of like it's a vast library of things to do in this plugin, but there's also limitations because you don't have that many alternatives on each instance of effects, or on each effect, sort of. So yeah, what do you know? And let me know in the comments if you're going to buy this. I think I'm leaning towards, yeah, I'm going to buy this, but not right now, because now I'm a bit short on cash. But when I come down to it, I think I will purchase this without any remorse. And for the presets, actually, of course, I might find myself tweaking the parameters and making my own presets down the line. But right now, I'm more than enjoying the different presets, and I can load up a presets and I can tweak it to taste. But oftentimes, I find myself just browsing through presets, and then I'll find something I like, and I'll just use it as is, with the automation, of course, in the automation lane right here. So I hope that this will come in handy, and I hope this was maybe inspirational for you to maybe try it out at least and see if it can bring something new to your beats. I think it can really enhance a standard boom bap beat, make it a bit more modern. I like the combination of like golden era 90s hip hop with the modern soundscape, sort of. Not necessarily with the what's it called again? Auto tune, with the auto tune effects and with the 808s and stuff, but straight up boom bap with some modern twists. And this is one way of obtaining that. So I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So just to summarize the main differences, I'll just pull them up again. Let's see. Yeah, continue. So just to summarize the differences, main difference number one is the transition control. Here you have a standard selection of this macro knob here, whilst in the second iteration of the transit you have the macro, as we had before, but you also have an LFO, follower, a side chain input, or a side chain with a macro and detection unit, and then you have a gate, and then you have a sequencer. So that's the main difference number one. Main difference number two is the added selection of effects. There are a lot more effects here than there. I think it's more or less 10 more in the second in the Transit 2. And then the final big difference, in my opinion at least, would be the added presets. All these presets that are added. So you can see here we have the version 1 presets, which are plenty, of course, but then there's crazy amounts of new presets, which is of course made possible with the new added effects and the new added transition controls, or transition macros that you have, or movement macros, as you can say, with the LFO and the follower and the sequencer and stuff. So here you have you have glitch, you have multi effects, you have motion, and you have the transition, which is, in my opinion, the raison d'être with this plugin. Right. I think that sums it up. Let me just play back and just sign off. And of course, don't forget to download my 6 free mixing templates for Logic. You can download them at subphotic.com/logic, and you will get 6 free mixing templates. There are a clean template that only have all the rootings and such, and then you have a stock Logic plugin template where I only use stock Logic plugins, and a digital template where I use all my favorite plugins, and I have two hardware templates and no, two analog emulation templates and one hardware setup. So I think you will enjoy it. You can download them and you can make them your own. That's my suggestion, at least. So without anything more to say, I think I'll just sign off. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been watching live, I appreciate you so much. I haven't had the ability to check out the chat, but if you've written to me, I will check when I've said goodbye or something like that. Okay, peace out, Matt. Peace out.